In this next module, we're going to study 19th century poster design. And this design emerged out of Paris, France in the late 19th century. And the artists that we recognize from that time are Toulouse-Lautrec, Théophile Steinlen, and Jules Charette. And their poster images are still part of our culture today. You will see their images of the Chat Noir, the Black Cat, that represented the avant-garde cafe of Paris at that time. You can see it in Walmart or Michael's and purchase that poster today. But there's a whole series of great images from that time. And those images are highly recognizable, and those artists sought to influence a new middle class that was emerging in Paris. Before that, you just had the poor and the wealthy, and now a new middle class was rising up, and they wanted to be part of the culture, to see art and dance and go to cafes and read new literature. So I want to talk about the process of those posters. Now, if we look at those posters, they are mainly built on three colors. So you'll see that maybe there'll be a red, a yellow, and then a dark color overlaying those lower colors on the poster. And these posters were actually printed from stone. It was called lithography. So I have a lithostone here. It's made of Belgium limestone. And what would happen is that you would the artist would draw their image directly on this stone. Here you can see this is an old label from the 19th century called East Rock, and it's in reverse. So you also had to draw your image in reverse, okay, on a stone. Now, lithography had its limitations. The reason that they only use up to three colors is because each color had to be on a different stone. So if I had my black drawing on one stone and I had three other colors, that's 4 stones. And all these stones would need to be registered. They would need to align with each other in order to create the final poster, okay? And the stone was the size of the poster. So you can imagine how large these stones were and how heavy they were. I mean, this one weighs about 60 pounds. So these large stones would be brought to the artist's studio by a special crew from the print house. The artist would work on these stones, work on the various colors, get them aligned the way he wanted them. And then the company would come and pick up the stones, and then they would print it, and the artist would supervise this printing. Okay? So when you look at my blog and look at this lesson, you'll see that there'll be one stone that was darker, and I use as the example the Divan Japonaise by Toulouse-Lautrec. So the drawing of the woman and the man standing next to her at the bar, the final stone is called the keystone, and that was done in the dark ink, and it was the last stone to be printed. It also included the words, the advertising, whatever they were advertising, whether it was a cafe, a new dance to come see, or a new art exhibit or a book. So once they printed all of this, because of the limitations of the stone, the artist had to come up with new innovative ways to express a variety of emotions or designs or feelings, and but they were limited with the stone. So the artist became very inventive and very cutting edge and avant-garde, trying to increase the iconography of this very limited system of printmaking. But because of this monochromatic base, this adding of just key colors, 3 colors, they created new innovative graphic designs and a new vocabulary in which to reach their new audience of the middle class in Paris. So in this module, we're going to explore some of these techniques, but using our pencils and watercolors to sort of mimic and imitate 19th century poster design.